On everybody. Today. It's Tuesday, November 28th, 2017. Thank you for tuning in and logging on, and welcome to Truth It in the AM.
This is November?
Yep, it is November 28th.
Okay, it's good.
It is your boy Truth It here to address any and all things when it's time to. And it's time to. And I'm here with the one and the only, too real to be phony. Trooper Joe is in the building.
The Archangel shirt on too.
Archangel, a return to chivalry.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
I'm sitting here with my Hebrew Israelite tassel. And Trooper Joe is here with his Archangel shirt.
That's right.
And we are ready to roll. Troop, we survived Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
We survived Black Friday.
Black Friday was a mess.
Yes, it was a mess. It was crazy. The people went nuts this year like they do every year. And it's kind of a slow news week.
It is kind of a slow news week. Everybody's sitting back thinking about how they're going to pay for all that stuff they bought.
Yep, they put on layaway. You're right.
Yeah. It's like, it's crazy. And it was just stuff for them.
Yep.
Yeah, so, okay, you got to pay for it. Don't turn the heat off, though, folks.
Right.
Keep the heat on. It's cold.
Yes, it is. Well, today is Voice of the Voiceless Tuesday, Troop, so we're going to have to go to Voice of the Voiceless at 12 o'clock and figure out what we're going to talk about for the hour at Voice of the Voiceless, because there's nothing going on in the city of Worcester.
No, the city of Worcester is really, it's in a funk. I think it's always been in some kind of cloud of, and it hasn't really walked into the new age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They just, a lot of greed in Worcester.
It is. It happens. I don't know. You're right. There's nothing really serious or newsworthy going on. And I guess that's a good thing. There's no terrorism really to talk about. No one's got blown up. And someone got shot on Black Friday, but that wasn't a terrorist attack. That was a greed attack.
A greed, yeah.
Yep.
But there should be some good things coming out of Worcester too. Something that's sparking the people to start developing into just taking a look at science, taking a look at the new things that's available to them out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see many of those things happening in Worcester. I see a lot of people protecting their image that they created, and they're pretty miserable about it.
Right.
Like, why are you so miserable? Like a friend of mine, he's bringing back his little racist rants all over the place. Just like, really? Come on, man. Wake up. All those little rants and stuff like that to your social justice warriors, they don't amount to anything.
Nope.
Yeah, and then in the future, not even the distant future, you're by yourself. Because your little social warriors graduated college and went back home.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think the fall season, Troop, brings back, I don't want to say depression, because I know you don't really think a lot of people are depressed, but I do think there's something about the fall that kind of tones people down and makes them go a little bit ho-hum. And I think that's when stuff like this happens, when everybody's so sensitive about racism, about sexual assaults and everything. This stuff is it really heats up in the fall.
Yeah, sexual. Some of these things aren't sexual assault. I still got to hold my ground on that. These are just because you tell a girl that she looks good, that's not a sexual assault.
Right.
And now really, if everybody's going to be complaining about sexual assault, you gotta have some cultural sensitivities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Black people hug and kiss on the jaw.
Okay.
Middle Eastern and people from their area, and I think even the French and people like that, they hug and they sniff on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they sniff it for, but that's what they do. Americans put this wall between people.
Yep.
You can't touch me. Or they got the rigidest handshake like this. You have to have a firm handshake. It's got to be straight and firm. It shows absolutely, they want to show absolutely no emotion, no connection or anything like this. So if they meet up, if a white woman meets up with a black guy at work and they saying hello and coming into a party and everything, the black guy, from his culture, especially from the South, they hug people. You know, and some may give a little small nip of a kiss on the jaw and stuff. This is a cultural kind of norm.
Yep.
You know, some Middle Easterners might give the 2 sniffs and stuff. The queen, you can't even touch the queen's hair. We'll talk about the queen in a little while.
Yes, we are.
But you know we have to be sensitive to other people's culture. Don't want that in this country. We want everybody to be American. Even if we go to another country, we want them to speak English.
Right.
You know, that we're just that narcissistic.
Yep. Arrogance. The height of arrogance.
Yeah, so
but
I want to kill racism myself. I want to get rid of it because I find it boring. I'm sorry, folks. I know you social justice warriors are gonna say all these crazy little things, make all these little connections about something with incidents here, incidents here, incidents here. There's billions of people out there. Of course something's going to happen that fits right into your category. You know, we got a lot of people.
Yep.
So there's a lot of probability on those things happening, you know, but there's a whole new way of looking at that life now. You know, people just aren't really staying within their cultures, as you can see with the sexual harassment and not understanding anybody else's way of life. They're developing their own cultures.
Yep.
You know?
So if a woman does not want to be touched, then that's her God-given right.
It totally is.
And if a man violates that right, then that man deserves to be punished to the full extent of the law.
As he should be stoned.
But everybody who gets accused is awarded and should be awarded due process.
Yeah.
You should not be guilty before proven innocent.
Exactly.
We live in a country now where it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Now we live in a country where if a man is accused, he is guilty.
He's guilty, and that's in social media. You don't even got to go to court anymore.
Nope, the court of public opinion will destroy you. You lose your job and everything now due to the court of public opinion. When you're in entertainment, I guess I kind of understand, because the court of public opinion are the people who pay the money to see you. So if you're an actor, if the court of public opinion is that you're a scumbag and they don't want nothing to do with you and they're not going to invest their money into you, then you have to fire that person. So I guess I kind of see it there. I don't understand it in politics.
I don't understand it in politics either. I understand abuse of power, and I see that's where a lot of that comes from.
Yep.
And I don't understand, you know, I don't understand all these guys going after these girls anyway. It's just like, where'd you get all this time?
You go out, women are a great distraction from stress.
They're a great distraction.
A great distraction from stress. Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I just need my wife.
You need that wife.
Yep.
That's your wife.
Yep.
She's a woman.
But but not all men have, or some men have wives, and their wives aren't good at distracting. Sometimes the men's wives are the source of their stress, so they need another woman to take away that, to provide the distraction.
I call that what do you call it, masochism?
Masochism?
Yeah.
I guess.
You gotta have 2 wives.
Yep.
Whew. A lot of work.
Right. When you have that's what do they call it in the Bible? A lot of Christians, they do it when they have multiple wives.
Polygamy.
Polygamy, yeah, the polygamous people. I couldn't do that.
No.
It's too much work.
Ooh.
Way too much work. So that's what a lot of these people, they want. They want the sex, but they don't want the work of the relationship. And I think that's where they get into a lot of trouble. Because the women are like, wait a minute, I'm not a piece of meat, I'm not a dog, I'm not something that you could just use for your pleasure and then throw away. Also, you're married. So I want nothing to do with you. So that's how a lot of these things happen. But then when you're a man and you're a power, you're in a sort of power, Like you're a Hollywood actor, you think you can do anything. When you're a politician, you think you can do and get away with everything. Then you try to use your power. Yep, sports figures use their power to try to get away with anything. It happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that this is what we are stuck with, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this totally needs to be eradicated. And it's not just from the men's side too. It's if the woman, let the people know. I don't hug. You say to the people, I don't really hug, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. And that would be respected.
Yep.
But if you're not saying that and everything, and you're allowing the hug you're giving that false message that it's all right to embrace somebody when you greet them, then that'll be the message.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go back and say, well, he groped me. He didn't grope. Is there groping there? I don't know if somebody's going to grope somebody because they're giving them a hug. I hug everybody. I don't care. I like.
Yeah, I hug a person after knowing them for a while, but I have gotten more careful with hugs. I didn't even know. My wife taught me this, and it was like last year, and so I didn't know this for most of my life, that you can hug a person the wrong way. When you hug a woman, you're supposed to hug sideways to them so that their breast doesn't press up against you. And when their breasts press up, when their breasts, a lot of women get offended when you hug them straight on like that because they feel like you're trying to cop a feel of their breast pressure up against you. So when you hug a woman, you're supposed to kind of hug sideways with your chest facing outward and their chest facing outward, so their breasts don't push up against you. A lot of women are like, I never ever knew that.
I never thought of that myself.
Yep.
It's like I just give them a hug.
Yep.
And then like this.
Yep.
I give them a hug the same way I get a guy a hug.
Right. And that's the way I used to at church. I used to hug everybody like that. But if you think about it, women with big bosoms or women with big breasts, and you hug them straight on, you're like pressing their breasts up against you. And some women take offense to that. They feel like that is trying to get away with, trying to be sneaky or something. So yeah, there's
I gotta watch that. Then.
Right. I'm telling you this.
I gotta watch that. I ain't gonna be hugging no peoples like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's like really, and some of these women, it's like. You got these big breasts because they're pushed up by that big old belly that you got on there. You don't take care of yourself. I'm just giving you a hug out of friendship. I'm not giving you a hug out of anything else.
Right.
I don't know. It's like sexual attraction is a very, very individualized type of thing and stuff.
Some men are attracted to those bellies.
They are.
Or some men, they don't care if the belly's there. As long as the breasts are there, they don't care about how big the belly are. So.
Yeah,
it's different. So that's how a woman can become offended when you hug. So I was like, I had to think, like, has there been any women that I might have hugged that might have gotten a little bit, been awkward with because I hugged them the wrong way?
Well, I ain't gonna worry about the past because I hug everybody that way. So
yeah.
I probably offended a whole lot of women. Didn't even know I was. If I offended you, I apologize.
Right. But let it be known, it was not, you can call my name out all you want. I did not hug you for anything other than a brother-sister affection, not anything.
Yeah, mine's just friendship. It's a friendly type of thing. Because I'm just too lazy to go through all that hassle of all these sexual type of things like that. That's just the way I am. That is way too much work. I can't understand anybody who wants to put themselves through that much work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not just instant work, it's extended work.
Right.
You're going to have work for hours and days and years and stuff. So I'm just way too lazy for that.
Yeah. Well, sexual predators are now on notice. If you, any sexual misconduct, you will be found out. You will be in trouble. There are a lot of Democrats, though, that are at the center of these sexual misconducts, all the way from Bill Clinton to Representative John Conyers, Harvey Weinstein. Most of the recent series of sex scandals have involved liberals preying on women. So much for the so-called party of women, huh?
I don't know if Kanye, if he was a sexual predator or anything like that. I think he was a victim of a cultural type of thing.
Okay.
I don't know. he says the allegations against him aren't true, and he stepped down from the ethics committee and
Right.
stuff like that. And I think that he's an old Southern boy, you know, just like I said, they hug everybody. Good morning, praise the Lord,
Yep.
giving a hug and stuff. The North is rigid. Oh, did you say good morning to me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you. No, I'm your brother.
I
We're in the
am
same
not
house.
stepping down from nothing if I'm not guilty of it. I don't care. I will fight it to the death. I have not done anything to anybody, and I will not allow anybody to hold me accountable for anything that I did not do. I will not.
Hey.
I wouldn't have stepped down. I would have been like, kiss my grits. You can accuse all you want. I know I never done anything like that to anybody, period.
I haven't either, so I don't worry about it.
Yep, I don't worry about it. Come on with it. Y'all don't like me, bite me.
No, I don't worry about it at all. And I love everybody, and I'll let everybody know I love them and stuff. But that, don't fool yourself, folks. There's some people I really don't like.
Yep.
You know, and if it's like, I still love you, so if you need a hand or anything like this, I ain't gonna disrespect you out of love and stuff like that. But if you know, do I like you? Probably
Yep.
not. And do I care? Probably not.
Mhm.
So, you know, people say, how can you love somebody when you really don't care on how they see you?
Yep.
Because that's what I do.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter to me whether the person loves me back or not. I don't care.
Yep.
It matters to me if I find that person, you know, enough to love them. But then again, I'm gonna love everybody, but enough to like them.
Yep.
And then that's something even more powerful.
Right. And if you just genuinely care about people, and you genuinely care about people being comfortable, not awkward, friendly, then you know there should be no guilt in anything that you do.
No.
No, I'm not going to let this new movement of the new women's white rights movement change the way that I've acted. I know because I've treated women with the utmost respect up until now. I will continue to do so.
That's
But
what
just because people are oversensitive does not mean I have to cater to your oversensitivity. If you do not want a hug, you simply say, I do not want a hug. I am not in the business of being where I'm not wanted. I will leave you where you stand. I have absolutely no problems saying, hey, okay, all right, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Everybody I hug, I always get hugged back. It's like, so I guess this is how. But you can see some people, I guess, I don't hug everybody.
Yep.
Most everybody I hug.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after I know them, you know, I give them a hug. I very seldom give a kiss on the jaw, only to a couple of people.
Yep.
And that's just me. But that's okay. As far as I'm concerned, I was raised.
Wow.
This is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't mean that I want to tear your clothes off or that I even find you sexually attractive. You know, for most cases, I don't. Everybody gonna hate me now. Don't find me sexually attractive. No, you know, I find my wife sexually attractive.
Oh, I find a lot of women sexually attractive. I'm a man. It's just, hey, some women I just find attractive. I like women, but I'm not going to. I can separate. I know how to have some self-control and keep myself. I don't have to. Oh my gosh, I'm not some drooling puppy that can't help himself around a woman just because she's pretty or something like that. I still respect women.
Oh, I see a lot of women that's pretty. What attracts me is an athletically built woman. And I think the attraction is more because I that is someone that I could do things with.
Mm.
You know, go hiking, go walking, you know, camping out and stuff like that. Just because a woman's all pretty and wants to even looks but if she doesn't look athletic and present that glow of being an athlete to me, there's no sexual attraction at all. She could be probably the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth and stuff, but if she doesn't present an athletic kind of demeanor to me, there's no sexual attraction. It's like, oh, you're pretty, but
yeah,
I don't want it. You know.
Yeah, I don't have any preferences. It's got to be you. If I'm attracted, I'm attracted. But either way, whether I'm attracted or not means nothing. I am a married man, and I have no intentions of doing anything stupid.
No, I don't. Not even stupid. Mine is, I have no intentions of doing anything boring.
Mm.
You know?
So don't be so let's stop being oversensitive about the sexual harassment thing, okay, people?
Yeah,
Let's stop being so sensitive about it.
And let's be honest about the whole sexual harassment too.
Yep.
Women, there's a shared guilt that goes with this that nobody's really mentioning.
I don't what are you talking about?
Some women flirt.
Yes, they do.
You know, they just do that, and they're doing that so that they can get an upper hand in whatever challenge they want. Whether
Mhm.
it's in a job, whether it's to get a man.
Yep.
Whether they're flirting and stuff like that, and they know with this flirtatious type of thing that there's going to be a response that's
Mhm.
going to come back exactly like that. Now if they change their mind halfway through, it's like, what's up with that?
Yeah, even though if they still change their mind halfway through, they still change their mind. They are
I hear you, but that's where the responsibility comes in.
Right.
If you know, don't go out there flirting with the guys and everything and giving them all these heated type of things and then walk away.
mhm.
You know, that's not fair.
That's entrapment.
Entrapment. That's
I don't
right.
know.
You're guilty of entrapment. And let's not pretend with the lies that it's not being done, because it is being done.
Right.
Women do it with their eyes. They put on all their eye makeup and stuff, and their lips. They make their lips full and red. These are all sexual kind of innuendos.
Right.
Yeah, this is like, you know, ain't I'm voluptuous.
Still, man, in today's
Yeah.
climate, if I was a man, I would make him sign a contract. So you're saying now that it is okay. You're gonna put your name here, I'll put my name here, and then we can get the business. If you don't sign this, I don't care what you're wearing, I don't care how you look, I'm staying 30 feet away. You are not destroying my life because you're sending mixed signals. And I think that's the biggest problem, communication.
They communicate.
It's not clear.
They communicate with a body language and stuff. How can you take a dress that's this big and put it on?
A dress an inch yet, well,
That's what they're always pulling it down, because it was only a foot in diameter in the first place. It's the length was a foot, and you put it on.
right, but that dress is still made to attract certain it's to specific people they might want to attract. They don't want to attract every big old Ralph Cramden looking dude to come over to them and try to assault them. But
No, exactly. It's like, but if you're putting on these type of clothing and stuff, you're going to get looked at.
Yeah.
The assault, there's never any excuse for assault.
yep,
You know, the guys cannot put their hands on the woman for any reason whatsoever. But a compliment,
mhm,
you know, the guys are, damn, look at you looking fine, or something like that, or however they want to say it. My, don't you look very nice today?
Yeah.
Or something like that. They're gonna compliment you. Put it on. You want that compliment.
so that's what they call catcalling.
Cat calling.
That's catcalling.
I
That
must
with the
have-
video of the woman that walked through New York and just walking through, and she had a little camera on her, and then nobody knew, nobody saw the camera, and just so to see all the men that harassed her during that day. Men were, hey baby, hey, can I get your number? Walking next to her like, hey, you ain't gonna talk to me? You're rude. You're a B. And then, I mean, some men were really overly. Men are pigs.
Some men are ignorant. That's ignorance.
Yep,
you know?
it is.
That's real ignorance, and that's to be expected. We live in a world that's full of all kinds of different personalities.
Yep.
And stuff. So it's like the women. If you go out there and you put on the clothing, be ready for it. For you know, somebody's going to say something.
Yep.
You know, and they some. And in most cases, they're only talking to impress their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all. They don't really want to do anything.
Well, maybe the culture would change to where men won't do that anymore. No
Yeah,
more
I don't-
catcalling, no more anything.
I don't think it'll change. It can't change until the whole people take all responsibility for it. Trying to intimidate the men with threats of sexual misconduct, I think is what they use
Yep.
for the word now.
Yep.
Not harassment, not assault,
Yep.
misconduct.
Yep.
It's like, what the hell?
They invent new words for everything now.
Yeah.
New phrases to sexual predators
Sexual predators.
are now on notice.
Yeah. like all men are predators and stuff. No,
Yep.
that's not true. Most men, most men, at least most men I know, they're very happily married and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of guys, they're very happily married. They like their wife, the kids, the home lifestyle and everything. You know, and if they see somebody outside, they take a look.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, it should be. Well,
It should be. Someone said, this Thanksgiving, I find myself thankful for something that is roiling, Roiling, our country. I am glad at what has happened with the recent, much discussed and continuing sexual harassment, revelations, and responses. To repeat the obvious, it is a watershed event, which is something you can lose sight of when you're in the middle of it. To repeat the obvious again, journalists broke the back of the scandal when they broke the code on how to report it. For a quarter century, we had been stuck in he said, she said. Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas gave their testimonies, each offered witnesses, and the fair-minded did their best with the evidence at hand while sorting through all the swirling political agendas. In the end, I believed Mr. Thomas, but nobody knows, or rather only two people know what really happened between them two. Man, I remember Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill. That was bad.
Oh, that was a gross assault. It wasn't. It was just grossness.
He got away with it.
With the Pepsi and pubic hairs and all these type of different kind of. That was totally ignorant. I don't know what that was all about.
But Clarence Thomas got away with it.
If you think he was the one that was guilty.
I think he. Well, you see, now we're conditioned in society. If Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill happened today, he would be gone.
He wouldn't be the court judge.
Yep, he wouldn't be.
Yeah. And Anita Hill, I don't know Anita Hill from George Jetson.
Yep.
Or Clarence Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know those people. Are they capable of doing? Either one capable of doing something like that? Is he capable of being that ignorant and gross? I would assume, maybe, I don't know. Or she's capable of being that, using whatever it is to try to get herself into a position of power?
Yep.
I don't know. It's hard. Sexual assault like that, it's hard.
Yep.
The he said, she said type of thing. But you just can't have it one way, and that's what these journalists want to do with the social media. They want to take away the Fifth Amendment or the 14th Amendment or the due process.
Okay.
They want to take that away from people. Like, no, you get tried by the public opinion and get tried in the media. Doesn't matter if you go to court or anything like that.
Fifth Amendment.
The Fifth Amendment, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And that's wrong.
Yep.
That's wrong because eventually there's other things that's going to happen like that, Start trying everybody for sexual misconduct.
Yep.
Is it sexual misconduct if somebody if somebody comes up to me and rubs my arms?
Mm-hmm.
I know why they rub my arms, because they're big.
Yep. And the worst part about it now is the second that you're accused of sexual assault, it's almost like registering to be a sex offender.
Yeah.
It follows you wherever you go. Mm-hmm. These guys, whether they've done it or not, will never really be able to reach the same prestige that they reached from their years of hard work in school, or however they got to where they were. They'll never be able to reach that again because they've been accused.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one accusation.
But it's not an even playing field.
Nope, it's not.
Women have measured contests on guys' behinds.
Yep.
Is that sexual misconduct?
Yep. It sure is.
Yeah, that's sexual misconduct too. Yeah. I mean, it's not fair for it to be judged in the court of public opinion. Is it fair to be judged in the court of law? Yeah.
Yep.
That's where it should be judged. And then it comes down to he said, she said. You got to prove your accusations. And that's the law.
Right.
It's he said, she said. And because it's such an emotionally personal type of thing, that it is very difficult to prove.
Sure is.
Very, very, very difficult. And then the other part, the guy's bigger.
Yep.
You know, and in this country and in many other countries, the guys are still in power,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where the thing comes into it. And then I think they make one of the biggest mistakes. I think that they make is why go after the president for his crazy little boy antics and stuff like that? That really, it was ignorant. Call it what it was.
Yep.
Those are ignorant comments that he made. Was it really assaulting people? No.
Nope. It wasn't at all.
Yeah, call it like it is. Don't try to make something else out of something and something, because eventually you lose power yourself.
Yep. When
Yeah.
you start accusing too many people and nothing comes from it, people, oh, here we go again with the
It
accusation.
was the accusation.
Yep.
And we're in a liberal live free and be anyone you want to be type of thing like this here. I'm waiting for one of the women start accusing another woman for sexual assault.
It's coming.
Totally.
It's coming.
Totally. You know, if this is going to happen like this, that's totally coming too.
Yep.
Then they'll be back to square one. Will they say that the woman sexually assaulted me? Oh, but I'm a woman too. Why was she thinking that I was sexy or something like that?
Right.
Maybe that little 12-inch skirt that you put on, you know, or those yoga pants that your kids used to wear but you took, because, you know, it's like, that's the whole thing. You want everything to be, at least the new generation, you want everything to be exactly the way you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And you want it done so that you don't have to make any kind of adjustment to your personality or your emotional pleasures and stuff.
Right.
And that's not fair.
Yep.
And that's not fair at all.
Nope, it's not.
Nah.
I don't know, Troop. I just can't wait for this to blow over and then men learn how to act and we don't have to hear this so much.
I don't think it's going to blow over, because they're not even adding in the other factors too. Drugs, alcohol, parties,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, all these other things like that. They're just saying, and they taking it way down to sexual misconduct.
Well, if men want to keep their careers and their jobs, they're going to have to learn how to act right or...
If men want, men, they should have more respect for themselves and their wives and their family. But I don't think some of these accusations didn't sound like they had a wife and family.
Nope.
You know?
Some of them did. Bill Cosby did.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
Harvey
guilty.
Weinstein did.
Harvey Weinstein need to go to jail and
He
get
should go
stoned.
to jail. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
but
I'm not defending. And the guy Moore and stuff like
Yeah.
that, he shouldn't be running for office.
Nope.
You know, I don't know he whether he did or not. I don't know. You know,
Yep.
I really don't know. But it's like we can't let the world dictate the way everything should be.
Nope, but it's a huge epidemic now.
It is.
Men and... Because it's a culture shift.
Yeah.
20 years ago, this stuff was accepted.
Yeah, catcall.
Yep, catcalling, hitting on women, men in power thinking that they could just abuse women any way they want. This stuff was so normal. So now we're changing entire culture is being eradicated now. So there's going to be some growing pains.
Yeah.
But those growing pains, they haven't worked themselves out though.
I hope they work themselves out. I remember back in the day, everybody, the construction, you work construction, that's what you did at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
If you were silly enough to walk by the construction site of the
Yep.
lunch, you were going to get cackled. And they weren't wearing yoga pants.
Nope.
They weren't wearing 12-inch skirts.
Nope.
You know, they were fully dressed.
Right.
You know, it
Well,
could
some
be
of them
middle of winter.
Yep.
Big old coat on. You get the cackle. This is what they did at lunch.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of behavior, that kind of culture, it's gone away now.
Right. You know what
Yeah.
what culture is really going to take a long time for it to get cleared up? Not the older men, but the college kids.
The college kids.
College kids, you spend those 2 to 4 years doing nothing but looking for women, as many
Yeah.
women as possible.
That's it.
That's the culture of college, and
Oh.
I feel bad for. It's going to be tough for college students from now on, boy.
I remember when I went to UMass Boston, and I went in the orientation, right? So
Mhm.
sitting down there. one of the first things that they said, they pointed at the map up on the screen. Over here is the North Wall. This is where you go to find out what's happening for the weekend.
Mm.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the pickup place. You go
Yeah.
over to the North Wall in between these two buildings, and you sit there, and then eventually you'll get hit on,
Yeah.
or somebody come over there, there's a party over here, or
Mhm.
there's something like this over here. I said, oh, okay.
Yep.
But that's the, like you said, that's the culture.
Yep.
That's the culture of college.
Yeah.
You know, is it all right? Yeah, it seems to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do a few people maybe get I'm not gonna say groped. I'm gonna say not assaulted, but fallen on,
Yep.
hit on and stuff like this. Of course, because they were on the wall.
Yep.
Don't go to the wall, folks.
Yep. And now I bet you there's a whole bunch of women at that wall talking about you respect us. Don't you respect us or you go to jail.
No, you go to the south wall. Don't go to the north wall.
Yeah.
I ain't looking for respect. And I know for a fact in graduate schools and stuff like this, there's organizations that and they're mostly the organizations were organized by women, graduate school women, mostly black,
Mm-hmm.
and the organizations were because they had so much work. Their workload was that big on getting their theses done and doing their work and all
Mhm.
this. They didn't have time for the social pleasures of life. So they go to these places that's just like, it's not a pickup place, but it
Mhm.
is a pickup place. You go there and just hang out with somebody. You don't even ask their name.
Mm.
Have a few drinks and stuff. If something happens there and everything, it's all consensual when you walk through the door.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
And these are graduate women, mostly black women, you know, because they have a hard time finding nowadays and stuff. They have a hard time finding black men that can talk to them,
Yep.
you know, because some of the black men are so victimized by their own victimization that all they can talk about is social warrior justice type of stuff, and these
Mhm.
people want to talk about you know, the nuclear fusion of within an atom, you know, so it gets pretty complicated, you know. And do you tell the women, well, you shouldn't have went and got educated, you know, then you could have been with me. You know, it's like, yeah, it's a whole new change coming about.
Men, you better learn all that nuclear physicist stuff too, just like she's
Yeah.
learning or something, so y'all can have something to talk about, or you're gonna be out of luck.
I felt bad for the women when I heard that. I read that story. I think I read it in the Atlantic magazine a few years back, and I felt bad for them. I said, "Wow, they're going through all that type of stressful engagement with research papers and doing all this, and they have nobody to talk to."
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can talk to their fellow girlfriends and stuff like this, and that's all right. But that's not like talking to your somebody from the opposite sex.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So I felt bad. So I thought that, well, that's a good idea, but you know, as long as they keep it so it's a good idea and not, well, you looked at me and I didn't want you to look at me. Well, you shouldn't have came through that door.
Right.
You leave all that stuff outside.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, our culture now, man, we got to watch how we look at people, talk to people,
Oh.
breathe around people, hug people.
Yeah.
You can't do anything around people anymore. Make sure, men, from now on, when you hug a woman, hug sideways. Make sure your side goes towards their side, and you hug them sideways. You wrap your right arm or your left arm around them, and then you do not touch their breasts. Try your best not to.
Oh, I don't know what to. Now that you described that whole thing when I was a drill sergeant.
Yep.
That's what one of the reasons I got out, because you couldn't put the bad mouth on somebody. That everybody's seen them in the movie. All
Yep.
in their feet. That's the bad mouth.
Right.
You standing like this and when the women got in there, you couldn't do it because it was too scary and too offensive to the women. They couldn't handle this here.
Wow.
So you had to be at the side of them, and you couldn't put your finger like this. Now the guys, they look forward to that because these are the stories that they've heard from their uncles and
Yeah.
their fathers and everything. Oh man, my drill sergeant, he get all up in drool coming out of his mouth and everything. I mean, these are all the stories that they were looking forward to. The women couldn't handle it. And then it was funny because not only couldn't they handle it there, and I think, and I could be wrong, and if somebody want to go find out if I'm wrong or not, that would be perfectly acceptable with me, because then I would know there are no women third base umpires. Because the players do this when they get all upset with the third base umpire. And, you know, they're all in his face and the grooves coming out and the swearing and the yelling and stuff like this. I think they had one once and she left the field crying.
Wow.
And did they have after that? You know, and would that be sexual assault?
No, that would be
That'd be baseball.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, you stupid bee?
Yeah.
You know,
It would get bad.
See,
Yeah.
what's the matter with you?
You're blind, your eyes don't work either.
Yeah. I guess there's a difference between men and women. But
Oh yeah.
when you said that sideways thing, now I remember with that. Couldn't get in their face like this. Couldn't intimidate them. And that was the whole purpose.
Yep.
Was to intimidate them.
And
And
then
then drop them for push-ups.
yeah, you couldn't. You're right. You can't intimidate them. But when they come into the army, they come. Oh, I want to be treated just like the men. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want to be treated just like the men.
Not even close.
Nope. 'Cause you know, as soon as you start getting that, they start talking to you like that. You start crying and don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just started laughing when I was. I got in more trouble because I couldn't stand it. And this big guy swayed, he had this southern accent, big old swing. You want to go to Duke City? Because that was Duke for John Wayne.
Yep.
And then we could go to Duke City. I was not trying to crack up.
So they made you do a lot of push-ups, didn't
Told me to push away Georgia once. Didn't even give me a number.
they? Wow.
Yeah, that's a low crawl all over the place.
Man.
I couldn't control. When I think something's funny, I laugh.
Did you have to peel potatoes?
Yeah, I do KP and all those things too.
Oh, okay.
And they just called me useless was my name. He's just useless.
So you used to do the potatoes. What are the other things that you used to do in the army that you see in movies?
Oh yeah, scrub the barracks and stuff like
Yep.
that there. You know, go clean the latrines and stuff.
Yeah. Did your
Yeah.
bed have to be made perfectly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't, you know, that quarter thing they throw it on there, it's supposed to bounce and everything. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah.
But you had to have the corners tucked in
Yep.
tight,
Mhm.
and they have to be square and stuff like
Okay.
everything. Your socks had to be rolled just the right way, lined up in here,
Mhm.
and then your underwear is rolled just the right way, lined up in there, and everything had to be uniform because that's the thing with the military.
Did they used to come in with a white glove to check for dust and stuff?
In some of the training that I went through, you had to have but that was more because it was not a punishment,
Mhm.
but it was more of a extra thing on you and stuff because those trainings were really intense and you were bringing in a lot of mud and stuff like that
Mhm.
with you. We were always dirty.
Yeah.
Totally. And, you know, they come in there with the white glove because you're supposed to scrub down your area mostly.
Right.
So everybody does their area and the whole place looks clean. You know, not looks clean, but it's white glove clean. But
Yeah.
if you didn't do your area as clean as it should have been, everybody's punished.
Oh man, so they would want to kill you.
Yeah, and this is teamwork developing type of things that they did.
Did you get your whole team in trouble ever?
No, I made sure I had my thing always clean, stuff like that.
Mm.
And then you find little tricks on how to do that. You
Yeah.
know? Just stay up on top of it. You know you got to do it. So when you're
Yeah.
coming in, you know, take your dirty boots off outside. Don't
Mhm.
come in there. "Oh, I'm so tired," and flop on your bed. It's like, what are you, stupid?
Right.
You got to redo all that. You know, don't do that stuff like
Just
that.
looking to get in trouble.
Yeah, keep it contained in a small place, and then you clean that place, and then clean around it immaculate. And then here was the trick. And I got this trick from reading Harriet Tubman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was it Harriet? Yeah, I think it was Harriet Tubman and stuff like that in the book. And she had to sweep the floor. This is how she got deaf in one ear or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't realize that, or didn't think about the dust went up. The
Mm-hmm.
floor looked clean when she was spinning, but then the dust came down.
Mm.
So after you clean the barracks, I realized, yeah, clean the barracks. Now I gotta wait till everything settles and wipe it off.
Okay.
You know, because
Yep.
I'm coming in with a glove.
Right,
I'm coming
right.
in with a broom.
Yep.
So yeah, I learned that from. So you can learn stuff from reading sometimes.
You can.
Yeah.
Someone on Facebook put the largest library in the world. Was it in Dubai? Where is that largest library in the world at?
I don't know if that's really the largest library in the world. It's probably in Ethiopia or probably in Egypt or something like that. It's one of those countries like that. And it depends upon your definition of library, because if you're just thinking books, then it might be too. But if you're thinking library in the content of holding things of knowledge-based material, like
Yep.
reading, sculptures, different paintings, different like this. Was it Constantinople? I think really had the largest library in the world.
Well, they said that the Library of Congress, built in 1800 in Washington,
Books.
D.C., it's the largest library in the world in both shelf space and number of books.
Yeah.
The Library of Congress is the official research library of the United States Congress.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the United States Congress. But
Yep.
I think that the original biggest one was, I want to say Constantinople, but I could be wrong. Or it could be in Egypt, you know, but they had all kinds of things that you could research in there, not just books, pamphlets, and you know, all kinds of documents and stuff. But the Library of Congress is for here, and it's accessible to people, folks.
Mhm.
You know, I've used the Library of Congress before for doing research and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it's all accessible, and it's all online now too,
Yep.
for the most part. So it's not that hard to get at that information.
Right. So go to the library, people.
Oh yeah, use your library right here in Worcester. You have the Antiquarians Library down the street.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can go in if especially you social warriors. I mean, you're doing these social things like this, and you never walked into that door. What's the matter with you?
Right. All right, Troop. What we're going to do is we'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the punishment for an 11-year-old who wanted to just kill people, and
Oh, look, yeah.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan
We have a black
Markle.
woman getting into the British
Go on,
royalty.
Megan.
Go on,
girl.
Meghan. We'll be back with Troop in the
That's
Air.
right.